In this exercise, we're going to talk more about file ACL. Let's create a directory, and we call this directory called ACL dir. Now if we do ls -ld, which is listing the directory permission on ACL dir, you'll notice that this directory now is currently owned by root, and the group ownership is also root. And these are the various read-write execute permission for owner, which is root, and the permission for the group ownership is read and execute, and for others is also read and execute. Now this will have some limitation itself. Now what happens if you only want a certain or only one particular user to have access to this directory, right? You don't want it to let others to run it RWX for others, or even to include that particular user into the group memberships. There's something called the get facl, alright, which will give a finer control or more grainy control over the permission over directory and files. Now let's do a get facl, which is get file ACL on ACL dir. Okay, as you can see that the file now is ACL dir, and the owner is root, the group is root, and the user has this permission of RWX, group has R-X, and others have R-S displayed in ls-ld command. So for example, if you want a particular user, for example students, to have access to ACL directory, alright, and you don't want to change any of the permission or the traditional permission that you see over here, you can do a set facl -m to modify, and to say that the user I want to include is student. For example, I have this user called student in the system, and I want to give student read and execute permission for the directory ACL or the file ACL dir. So effectively, I'm just trying to add student to be able to access the ACL dir. Alright, if you do a get facl again on ACL dir, you notice that now the user student has read and execute permission. Well, if you could, you also can add writable permission for the student itself by doing a set facl -m user student, and then RWX for ACL dir. Now let's take a look at get facl again, and you notice now student has the permission RWX. Let's do a clear screen. Okay, we do a get facl, so student now has RWX permission. Now if you do a ls-ld on ACL dir again, you notice that now there is effectively a plus sign at the end of the permission. This to indicate that the set facl has been executed on this directory. Now if you decide to remove the student from accessing the ACL directory, you can do a set facl -b, that means to reset all to default, or you can do a man set facl to see what's the -b option. Like I say, I'm going to set to default permission before on ACL dir. So effectively I'm trying to remove the student read-write execute permission from ACL dir. And if you do a get facl again, you notice that now student is no more accessible to ACL dir. And we do ls-ld on ACL, the plus sign is gone, and the permissions revert to the original states. So set facl is very good for fine-grained control of permission or accessible to particular user if you want to, without changing the membership or the original permission. this will end the demo.